Hi, I'm Jackie Bender with your Chicago Business Today Midday Report. The 2012 baseball season in Chicago quietly wraps up today, leaving mostly bitter tastes in the mouths of Cubs and White Sox fans. On the business side, it's been an eventful year for both, from dynamically priced tickets to new sponsor activation and the struggle to get fans to show up. Here with more on the season in review is Crain sports business blogger Danny Ecker. Danny, what have been the biggest business storylines this year on both sides of town?
Well, let's remember back to April, the beginning of the season, when there was really no expectation of much good happening on the field for either team. You had the Cubs kind of rebuilding under Theo Epstein, the Sox coming off of their all-in season and trying to kind of get some momentum going again. That's sort of been the case, obviously, at Wrigley, but the Sox have been a pleasant surprise, except for the last month when they've faded. But the attendance has been the storyline for both, and for different reasons. Obviously, the one that's been most talked about is down on the south side, where they're falling short of 2 million in attendance for the first time since 2004. That's actually down more than 30% since 2006. And that's something that they're trying to struggle with. And it's a head scratcher because they have a lot to cheer for. They've had good personalities, they have good players, and it's just sort of an interesting game. You kind of feel for them. And then on the Cubs side, you have another example of sort of the inelastic demand that the Cubs have with playing at Wrigley Field. They are still top 10 in the league despite in attendance, despite being down a little bit and just short of 3 million for the first time since 2003.
Now, how much does the cost of going to these games affect attendance?
Well, that's a touchy subject. The White Sox, that's sort of been the thing that people have pointed to as one of the main reasons. You still have $25 parking at the Cell. Their average ticket price is actually down at $29 this year, but still people aren't showing up. They've lowered some ticket prices for some of these high demand games late in the season, and they still can't draw. And so it's a slippery slope, though, if they continue to drop prices. It's a road they don't want to go down. And then up at Wrigley, their average ticket price is $46. That's still third highest in the league, and there's no sign that that's going to come down, even though the team continues to rebuild. They're actually adding seats, trying to add seats, as we reported yesterday. 56 seats behind the home plate. They're going to move the wall in a little bit if they can get a landmark approval, and no sign that it's sort of, again, the inelastic demand that the Cubs have.
Now, looking toward 2013, what are you looking for from a business perspective from both teams?
For the Cubs, the operative word is rebuild. That's both on the field as Theo Epstein. He's gutted the talent analysis personnel there and trying to bring his own guys in as the team rebuilds. Hopefully fans will see some strides on the field, but then also the game that the Ricketts family is playing with the city to try to hammer in the fact that Wrigley Field does have a public benefit and that it's a tourist destination, and that chipping in some funds would be in everyone's interest. And then for the Sox, they are hoping that this fade down the stretch doesn't have some lingering effects. It's one of those things that come April, hopefully fans will get behind the team that has showed a lot of promise this year and not sort of be jaded by the fact that they've let them down late in the year. So we'll see.
Okay, thanks, Danny.
You're welcome.